Welcome everyone, this is Zozo Stock Watch, and this is your Stock Watch list for Wednesday, June 28th. A week closed today in the markets heading into the July holidays. The NASDAQ was down 100, the Dow Jones was down 98, and the SPY was down 0.81%. Some of the stories that moved the market today were that the healthcare bill vote is postponed until after the July 4th recess. Google was hit with a $2.7 billion fine from the EU. Some global businesses reported widespread cyber attacks similar to last month's ransomware attacks. Let's take a look at the futures as we start the video, and currently it is 7:15 my time. And the futures are down 10 on the Dow, 2 on the ES, 4.75 on the NASDAQ. Your calendar of events for Wednesday, some earnings before the bell. And we have GIS, Monsanto, OMN, PAYX, SJR, UNF. After the market, we have IRET, PIR, PRGS, SHLM, and WOR, and that's after the bell Wednesday, June 28th. As far as your economic information goes, we have the 7 o'clock MBA mortgage applications, 10 o'clock we have pending home sales, 8:30 international trade goods, 10:30 is the EI petroleum oil status report. Tomorrow night at 7:50, Japan retail sales will be coming out. Tonight, we don't have any news from Asia coming out. Tomorrow night is a bit heavy with Japanese economic information coming up, and we do have China information coming up, and that's Thursday the 29th. As far as your conference calls for tomorrow, GIS is at 8:30. SJR, MON, PAYX also at 9:30, and SJR is at 9 o'clock, UNF at 10 o'clock. Any other big ones? Let's see, we have AEMD, and that's in the 4:30 hour tomorrow. Pier 1 Imports is at 5, and PRGS is at 5 also. Here's a little stock screener for you guys I want to share with you, and I'll throw that in the video now. And it's a real simple one. It's just over 200K and over 1.5 for the relative volume. Pretty much everything else is any. And this is from FinViz, and one that I'm looking at, and you'll see some stocks from this list will be on my watch list for tomorrow. And this is kind of to catch these under $1 names. So this is a nice scan. So I'll leave that up for a second while you guys can take a look. It's really pretty simple. It's over 200K, over 1.5, and oh, I should open this up. Okay, and the price is under $10 for your price. All right, and then you can maybe pick up some of these small little stocks. Like here's CIE and DCTH, and I think yeah, here's Fuel, FUEL. So there's a nice scan for you. Alright, let's get this out of the way and take a little look at the markets here. Actually, before I take a look at the markets, sorry about that, we'll look at some of the earnings that happened after the bell. And let me bring up my 5-minute after the bell chart. Okay, we have KBH, and they beat on earnings, and you see it popped. This is a home builder. KBH popped and pulled back. CAMP also had earnings after the bell, and popped a little bit and then drove straight down, but they did beat earnings on CAMP. AVIR, and that's this one right here, they reported and beat on earnings. AVIR, the stock popped up and then sold off. So 3 winning earnings reports, and they gave the earnings, the gains back. So that says something about the market too. Just wanted to say something about some intraday trading. I don't know if you're swing traders or day traders, but I've been, I'm a swing trader, day trader, and keep your sights low. All right, don't be swinging for the fences during these slower periods during the summer months. Aim low for intraday trading, which means tighter stops, lower your share size, take profits when you see fit. But don't get too greedy because you're not getting as much. There are still some good winners out there like MBTX today, right? Actually, what was that stock today? Was it MBRX? Let me check. MBRX. Yeah, there we go. Okay, MBRX. All right, I didn't trade this. I was on some other stocks, but this thing popped and gave a lot of nice trade here. Okay, but don't be greedy. If you get a nice trade like this, be done for the day. Okay, don't push your luck. For myself, I traded tops early, and I was looking for tops to break $1 in the early trading, and it actually did that, and it pulled back on me, so I took a 3-cent hit on tops. Now when I say hit, 3 cents is no big deal. And then my next trade was X. Okay, so because I kept my losses small, I was able to come back and play X, and I played X over 22.10, and I got a 40-cent pop on X. So when you're doing your first trade of the day and it's not going the way you want, if it pops up like tops did, it got over that $1 break, and then it pulled back on me, I was out immediately, and then set my sights onto something that I thought was going to be stronger too on X, because X was moving up and AKS was moving up and CLF. They were all kind of strong going into the pre-market. So by keeping my losses small, I was able to play other things. All right, some other news that came out after the bell today. NERV offering of common shares. Let's see, what else do we have? Anything other major? Okay, here we go. Insider purchases. AMH director purchases 6K at 25.92. CRVS owner purchases 20K 10.95. JCAP director purchases 100K at 22. Syndicate news. Let's see if there was anything big in this. JCAP closing public offering. GMRE announces common stock offering. REG prices 300 million of senior unsecured notes. So that was some of your news after the bell. Let me see if there's anything else. We went over the earnings. Oh, here it was. Blue. Blue prices 105 per share and 3.81 million shares. So that was the pricing on Blue, BLU. All right, now we'll get this out of the way. Let's take a look at the markets. Here's the SPY, and you see, looks like we're going to test of the 50 SMA perhaps. We haven't tested it since, what was this month? May. All right, so it's not that long ago, but you see when we did, we bounced off and popped again. This time, we'll see what they want to do at the 50 SMA. Just keep in mind that it's at 240.46, so we'll call it 240.50 for the SMA. And if we look at the weekly chart here, all right, on the SPY, oops, that's my yearly. Okay, if we look at the weekly chart, you see we're coming and testing the 10 SMA, which is 241.15. All right, so just keep that in mind for the SPY. The NASDAQ on the weekly, we're pretty much there at the the 10, and we have that's at 6,164. And if we look at the Qs, all right, you see we're below the 10 SMA on the Qs. Here's the daily, and it looks like this is the first time we're breaching the 50 SMA in a while. Looks like, let's see, since January. Wow, we haven't tested the 50 SMA, or broke it actually, since January. Okay, so we're breaking it now. And we'll see if you know, there's going to be any follow through. Now that was with the Google bad news, you know, with the EU and whatnot. We'll just take a quick look at some of the other stocks. Apple's, you know, maybe breaking that 100 SMA. Amazon came down today. Netflix, these are some of your leaders. Netflix down at the 100 SMA test coming up. So, you know, we'll see what the market's going to bring tomorrow. But right now the futures are down, not too much. The VIX popped a little bit today. The VIX right there. Okay, the VIX popped a little bit. I mean, we've been, you know, treading water here around that 10, a little bit below it, and we popped a little bit today. So, you know, maybe we'll get some movement in some inverse plays, and I'll show you what I mean by inverse plays. Was there anything else I want to talk about before I get into that? We did the earnings. Nope, I guess we'll get into the watch list. And let me make sure I have my, yep, okay. All right, so when I showed you that scan, here's some stocks I'll be watching, and ALQA popped up after hours. Now this is an under $1 stock, and we did get some volume in this name in after hours, so this will be on watch for tomorrow. And this is the stuff that's moving, you know. I'll show you some others. Another one I'll be watching tomorrow is this ASNA, and it's fun. Retailers, you know, got some buying today. Macy's got some buying. JWN, you know, came up to the 200 SMA. But let's just check out TJX. That popped off the lows. So I'm thinking maybe the ASNA might finally get over the hump here and take out 225. All right, so watch 225. We closed at 214. If you want to try it a little bit sooner, maybe over 220, and maybe we fill this gap on ASNA. We'll see. But yeah, it was strange that they were buying retail today. AVIR, another under $1 name, but coming up over the 100 SMA. You see the volume the other day on it, and it has a high of 65 cents. So if it can get over that 65-cent mark on that one. Next one up, I know a lot of you don't like those under $1 names, but you know, I have traders that do like them. You know, looking for this high day break on this BASI 183. We closed 175, so maybe over 180 will be enough to get BASI moving. Volume is a little bit light in the stock though, under 300,000 shares, so that's the only bad thing about it. BSTG, this one was also up in after hours a little bit, so we'll see if, you know, it's been mentioned on social media. It's starting to turn up. 1.6 million shares in that name. Next one up is BZH. Actually held up pretty well today. Green, 1.37% up for the day, and the high on it is 1339. So over 1342. Maybe we get that 1350 push up through for BZH. CGIX. Let me extend this candle for it. I mean this trend line. And you see we're coming out of this congestion here. 405 was the close, and the high on it was 425. So, you know, keep your eye on this one if it sets up intraday. Volume a little bit light on this one, 333,000 shares. CYTX making a turn up, and we'll see if this can get some kind of continuation move. 3 million shares traded in the name. So get rid of some of these lines here. Okay, yeah, it shows you better, and then maybe we fill this gap, but you know, we'll see. The high was $1.18, so the close was 116, so maybe over that 120, but the only thing is, you know, it has some resistance here at that 125. DCTH, this is another one of those under $1 names, and looking for that 25-cent break on this. If you're interested, DXTR, another under $1 name, but you see the volume in it, 44.3 million. The 50 SMA is right there. We do have a high on the name of 40 cents, we'll call it, and the 50 SMA is at 42 cents. So for me, I would let it clear that. So I don't know if I'm interested until it clears that 42 cents, and it closed at 35 cents. All right, fuel cell, FCEL, he tried to say. Looking for the higher day break on this of $1.40, 1.6 million shares. It has been trending up. Maybe it has one little more gasp of movement in it. It's starting to fill this gap here. Maybe we can pop up to the 150 SMA on FCEL. Fizz, if you like to play the bigger names, right? This one has a high of 93.26. It's been holding above the 50, holding above the fast moving averages. It's not an easy intraday trade. As you can see, only 300,000 shares traded. More maybe of a swing trader, swing trade. But in this market right now, we'll have to see how we open up in the morning. I wouldn't recommend right now taking any swing trades, but keep this one on watch. Might be interesting. Fuel had a nice pop in volume today, FUEL. Closed nice candle, 328 high. So we'll see if we get a continuation move in FUEL. GLBS, some of the shippers are starting to turn around, such as I think it was Sino popped, SBLK, I think, yeah, popped up. SBLK popped up today. What was another one? Well, Tops had popped yesterday. Yeah, Tops did this action, and this morning. So we'll see. See what they want to do with that GLBS. MBRX came up to the 200 SMA. Big push, big volume, and it had a high today of 223, closed at 198. So maybe if it can get back over, let's see where the 200 SMA was on this, 214. So maybe if it can get back over 210, we might get a continuation move. Sorry, I was reading some news. So I'll just bring it over. Farmer Bro Martin Scarelli's lawyers request mistrial over tainted, tainted pool, mistrial, tainted pool of jurors, excuse me. So that news just came out. That's why I was distracted. NBEV actually was green for the day, and we had a high today of 534. 500,000 shares traded. NBEV, beverage, soft drinks. We'll see. If this is trying to hold the $5 area, trying to hold above the 50 SMA. So we'll see if we get maybe a continuation move in that NBEV. ONCS. This came off of that scanner that I showed you at the beginning. Looking for maybe a break above this 100 SMA. But that's at at a 120. So we'll call it, if it can get over 120, 125, ONCS. Once again, though, low volume, 300,000 shares in the name. ORMP popped, pulled back, very light volume in ORMP. So I don't think I'm going to be trading that one. RIGL, it's been holding up. We have the previous high of 290. Let's see if we can clear that 290, maybe get a push up through $3. 1.4 million shares traded in this name. RPRX, this is one of those under $1 names, and we're starting to turn back up. If it can break over this 50-cent mark on RPRX, maybe we get a continuation move. SCON, it's been holding above the fast moving averages, it's over the 20 SMA. I hate how this thing trades. Very light volume, but just take note of the chart. I don't know if it's going to go. Not a favorite. I was talking about some inverses. So here's a SDS. So basically, if the market goes down, this will move up. All right. So you have 1272 as your high. 1273. Excuse me. So if you're interested in inverses, now I don't suggest holding these overnight. They're for intraday trades. But you know, if you see the market, the SPY is breaking key support levels, you know, you might want to take one of these inverse. SMSI, big pop in it today. The only thing is volume very light on these, and so I don't know if I'll trade that. I mean, if you look at the, you know, the 5-minute chart, there's not much volume in it. Very hard to trade. So just throwing it out there because you never know, it might get volume tomorrow. So you have to be put it on the list, and then you see how it trades. SPHS, nice candle, volume 800,000. You know, it's okay. We'll see. Another inverse setup. This one is for the Qs, and it's at 31.96, and we have the 50 SMA right above 32.17. So if I was gonna, you know, watching the Qs tomorrow, and I see weakness, you know, depending where this opens, you know, I might look for an intraday, you know, pullback and setup. But you know, keep in mind that the 50 SMA is 32.17. So we'll see if it can, you know, get above that and hold above it. Next one up is TTPH. Over 800,000 shares. I'm looking for the $8 break on this TTPH. All right, and we'll see if we can do that tomorrow, but it would have to break up over 8. TZA. Now this is the inverse for the IWM. All right, now these are not meant to be held overnight. They're for intraday trades only. And so if the IWM gets weak tomorrow, you can keep TZA on your watch. Now it's not an easy one to trade, you know, so be careful. Play it small, and you know, if you do see the market, you know, getting some weakness, you might want to look into some of these, you know, inverse symbols, but do not hold these overnight. UVXY, same thing. You know, this is connected with the VIX. If this wants to, you know, start ramping up, at least, you know, you'll have an idea of some things to trade if you see that the market is moving down, and this will move up if the, you know, if the VIX moves up. All right, so if the market's moving down and the VIX is moving up, this will move up. All right, and then there's the other one too, TVIX, TIVIX, you know, same thing. So if your market's weak tomorrow, you know, you might want to take a look at some of these, but please play these small and do not hold them overnight. VCYT, this one very light volume, so you know, but if it starts moving up, you know, maybe volume will come in. A biotech stock, it's been holding this 750 spots, turning back up, so we'll see how that wants to do. ZN, nice pop today. We'll see how this sets up. Intraday 2.8 million. And we'll see if that wants to have some kind of setup, intraday continuation. HOS, HOS, it's still live, this one. If it can get over $3, you know, you might get a continuation. The only problem is oil. All right, and at 4:30, we had the API numbers come out, and let me see if I can find you those numbers real fast. It was the API report came out at 4:30 today, and I believe it was, you know, people were looking for a drawdown, and it was not. So let's see, where am I at? Where's the API? At least you get to see some news while I'm scrolling through. Okay. Did we not put it in this one? Okay, so here's your, at 4:30, the API came out, and it was a build of 851,000 on for the crude oil. So that's not good. You're looking for a draw. So when these numbers are plus, that's not good. And that's why USO and after hours is down. So we'll have to see how that's going to affect oil stocks tomorrow. All right, and let's just check the UNG. UNG is still hanging in there. Donald Trump made comments that he's going to try to get the price of gas, natural gas, up. So keep your eye on UNG and this COG, nat gas company. We spoke about it in yesterday's video. Is moving up. So that's about it. That's all I have for tomorrow. It's really sluggish out there. Been trading the first few hours and trading things with news, momentum. So I would suggest you do the same. Like I said, aim low. Okay, do not shoot for the fences in this market right now. Next week is 4th of July. So just be careful out there. You don't want to ruin your weekend coming up. Tomorrow is Wednesday. And have a safe day trading tomorrow. Better to pass on a trade than just jump into any trade. Look for those A+ or A setups for the week ahead. All right, this has been Zozo Stock Watch. Thank you so much for listening. You're more ready for June 28th than you were before, and have a great day. And thank you for all the feedback, and thank you for the follows on Twitter, StockTwits, and on YouTube. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thanks so much.